Opposition today, we are witnessing a very unfortunate trend that threatens the very unity of those who claim to fight for Kenyans. Every time a new leader rises and begins to attract genuine support from the people, instead of being celebrated, they are branded with one tired label. They call them state projects, and this has become the lazy weapon of choice used to cut down emerging leaders. It's not because they have not done anything wrong, but simply because they are seen as a threat instead of welcoming fresh energy and new voices. Some leaders choose propaganda to protect their support. Now, can you imagine this one is coming from the side of Kalonzo Musyoka to Fred Matiang'i? Before I continue with this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take a moment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I do my videos, YouTube will automatically notify you. Without wasting much time, ladies and gentlemen, I have prepared this analysis long enough so that you can understand what I mean. Let us first understand what this state project tag really means in Kenyan politics. For many years now, whenever a powerful figure emerged and showed signs of being independent, rivals would claim that such a person is being brought up by the system, by hidden hands, or by government of the day. We saw this before with past candidates, where branding them a state project was enough to create doubt in the minds of voters. It was there, and it is still there, a tool to weaken credibility. But in reality, I want to tell you that many of those targeted were simply strong leaders who threatened to comfort sons of others. Hatujui hawa watu wanakuja wanaita wengine project wanatokea wapi? Today morning, we saw the same script being played out. The lawyer we know very well, Ndewanjiro, a man close to Kalonzo Musyoka, went on a national television and openly branded Fred Matiang'i as a state project. Let us pause and think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Matiang'i, the former interior CS, is one of the most respected leader in Kenyan politics today. He's remembered for discipline, efficiency, and firmness during his time in office. To many young people, middle class, he represents integrity and the possibility of a no-nonsense leader. But we have seen people now coming out calling him a project. Na watu hawataona vizuri. The state project, the question is, why at this time? And why do they fear Fred Matiang'i to this extent? The answer is simple. Matiang'i's name commands respect across the political divide. He has a reputation that cannot be easily washed away with propaganda. For some leaders, especially those eyeing the same political ground, this is a real threat. Branding Fred Matiang'i a state project becomes an easy way to slow down his momentum and to create suspicion and to discourage his supporters. But let us say the truth, Kenyans are not blind at this time. They know the difference between propaganda and reality. If anything happens, these attacks might only make Fred Matiang'i stronger because people will rally behind a leader they feel is being unfairly targeted. Na hii ndio Kenya Kwanza wanafanya kwa Gachagua, ndio maana Gachagua amependwa sana this time. We are also seeing this exact script in Trans Nzoia with Governor George Natembeya. He's a man who rose from the ranks of provincial administration, built a reputation for being tough, firm and close to the people. And today, he enjoys what we call a solid support on the ground. But what is the response from some in DAPK party that he belongs to? Instead of supporting Natembeya, they have chosen to brand him a state project. Why? Because I want to say that his influence is growing too fast, because his leadership style appeals to ordinary Kenyans, and because his rise threatens those who want to take that space that he enjoys, that in within the opposition side. And this kind of politics, to me, it's very dangerous. It's not about ideas. It's not about policies, not about what you can deliver to the people. It's about fear. And the fear of competition, to me, I call it a fear of losing relevance, fear of someone else shining brighter. The opposition must ask itself a very hard question. How can it expect Kenyans to trust it with leadership if it cannot even rate its own rising stars? How can you claim to be fighting for democracy while silencing your own thought through propaganda? I call this hypocrisy of the highest order. And the bigger danger is that this trend will weaken the entire movement. While the opposition is busy tearing down Fred Matiang'i or trying to clip Natembeya and put him down, Ruto and UDA are smiling, because every time the opposition fights itself, it creates a space for the government to consolidate power. Instead of presenting a strong alternative, the opposition presents itself as a house divided, a camp where leaders fear each other more than they fear their common opponent. And that's not how you build a serious movement. That's how you hand victory to your rivals on a silver platter. Ladies and gentlemen, finally I want to say that to the leaders inside the opposition, remember, this propaganda will not save you, but unity will save you. Lies will not take you far, but fair play in politics will take some leaders far. If they are serious about offering Kenyans an alternative, then they have to stop the games and build each other, because at the end of the day, Kenyans are watching and they know who is genuine and who is not genuine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this up to the end. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell as I prepare the next video. Goodbye.